In today's video, I am turning this dying balloon into art. I have had this balloon haunting my house ever since my birthday, which was end of Feb, and we are well into March, and it is dying. As you can see, it does still have a little bit of a float to it, but barely just. Before this thing completely dies, we are going to turn it into some art, and I have seen the internet do it previously with clay and it looks absolutely stunning. But you know me, we are going to use a resin and we're going to see if it works. So this one is going to be our little guinea pig. Let's get started. Let's talk the plan. I obviously need to make a mold for this thing, and it is massive. I would prefer not to use that horrendous amount of silicone to make a mold of this, for which I have the perfect solution. I'm going to use alginate, and if you don't know what it is, it's really cool. People use it for, like, dentists use it to get like a mold of your teeth and everything, and I used it in this video to make a thing for this crystal ball. It turned out really well. So we're going to try and attempt to use some of that stuff to make a mold because it's going to be a whole lot less expensive. Okay, so now that you have all the information, I feel like we need to start the work for real. All right, first things first, we are going to take the string off the balloon and stick it down to the table. I mean, it does have a little bit of helium still in it, which means it's trying to escape. So a little bit of double-sided tape should keep it grounded, literally. Now the plan here is to make a mold of the balloon using alginate, which in theory sounds great, but in reality I need something to contain this in, and I have looked around everywhere and not found anything big enough for this balloon. So instead I am going to make our own housing, and I'm just basically ripping bits of cardboard and making one. I feel like it's gonna be good enough. There is a generous amount of tape, some hot glue, and we are just trusting the process at this point. Now for the alginate. The one that I have is a fast set alginate, which basically means you have very limited working time before it decides to be done with you, and that is good if you're impatient like me, but I am worried because this is a very big project. Now this one is from a company called Baby Rice. I will link them below for you. It's not sponsored or anything, and I'm not affiliated with them, so if you do buy from them, I'm not going to get rich from it, but if you need some, then you know where to find it. Now, am I following instructions on using alginate? No, because I have used it once, and so basically I'm an expert now.
Really?
Because I'm gonna need so much of it, I decided to use a mixer. In reality, it was a stupid idea because it couldn't get to the bottom of my container. So it did involve some hand mixing, but I'm just gonna quickly pour this in our cardboard contraption and place our balloon on top. And I don't know if you can already tell what's happening here, but this is not gonna work, and it is not going as per plan. I have nowhere enough alginate in this thing, and it's too late now because this is fast set stuff. I can't mix anymore and dump more in. It's not gonna work. So that hasn't gone well at all. I have nowhere enough alginate to make a mold. I literally just have the base of the balloon left. Its indent, which is entirely useless, so that didn't work, and our balloon is now up there.
Hello darkness, my old friend.
And of course, in hindsight, I should have tried this with a smaller balloon. Maybe I'll do that. Should I do that? I think I want to do that. Okay, I'm gonna order a smaller balloon because now I'm fixated. I need to know if this works. I'm not gonna lie, I hate that I wasted that much material, but sometimes that happens, and lesson learned. I think it might be a good moment now to lighten the mood with a Sky interruption. He would like to remind you to like, comment, sub, hype, do all of those things, but most importantly right now, he's decided he needs to go outside. So please do the needful and support the channel, because if we're going to keep attempting strange experiments like this, failing at them, and then re-attempting them, we are going to need some encouragement. So I have some new foil balloons, and I think I may have gone from way too big to way too small now. But maybe that was the right thing to do all along. So here we have our tiny balloons. I'm gonna blow these up and we basically repeat the whole thing again. Hopefully we get it right this time, because in my brain it should work, but then again, my brain and resin sometimes don't agree. Let's find out. Somehow blowing this tiny balloon turned out to be weirdly difficult for me. Like, I don't know why. It is low-key embarrassing. I managed to get it done. I don't know how, but luckily I only need one, so we have the one balloon. Now I am taping the end tab of the balloon because I want to keep that like tied effect, because later we will come back and attach the string back on it so it looks like a proper balloon. For attempt number 2 of making a mold of this, I'm literally going to do the same things, just in a quantity that I can handle better. And while I do that, I want to take a moment and say big thank you to Lori Susan. Thank you so much, Lori, for liking my videos, leaving comments, and supporting my little channel. It absolutely means the world to me. I don't know if I mentioned earlier, but this alginate, when you first mix it, it starts out pink, and then as it sets, it quickly turns white. So that's a pretty handy visual cue for when it's ready. So let's pop this out and see what we've got. Now it looks like I may have pushed the balloon down a little too enthusiastically, because we have a little tiny hole here. I'm hoping that's something we can fix, but let's get the balloon out first. Now, because this is a mold where you actually can't see what's happening inside, there is that bit of mystery. I really wouldn't know how good this mold is until we've actually casted our resin in it. For now, let's patch our little hole with some tape, hoping that the resin doesn't leak through. You know, a very professional repair job. After which we are finally ready for some resin, and I'm using Let's Resin epoxy resin, who are our kind sponsors for today's video. So big thank you to Let's Resin for supporting my slightly unhinged ideas that keep floating around my head, quite literally in this case. I'm going to leave you with my links and discount codes in the description. Again, buying from my sponsors is a really good way to support the channel, and plus you get some nice discounts for your own resin madness. Now I've tinted the resin black. I mean, there's no like deep artistic reason for this. It's purely practical because I want to be able to see how much resin I've actually poured in the mold, and I feel like keeping it clear would just be hard to tell. I don't think the color matters as much because I think I'm going to end up spray painting our balloon once it cures anyway. So the resin is in, and now all we do is let it cure and pray that our professional patch repair job actually holds up and we don't end up with the resin leaking everywhere. And because this is YouTube, it's magically cured and I can report that we don't have any leaks. I am taking that win at this point. Let's unmold, and the nice things about alginate is that you can literally rip it open. So here goes, and this is our little resin balloon. Now before we judge it too harshly, this thing is going to need a lot of cleanup, and by cleanup I mean sanding. So let's deal with that. I'm going to wet sand this. Ever since I got this Let's Resin sander, sanding has become way less painful than it used to be. I have lately just been taking whatever needs sanding over to my sink and wet sanding it there, which works really well because, like I said, this is cordless. It is surprisingly powerful, so it doesn't take that long either. If you're looking for a sander, I definitely would recommend this one because ever since I got it, I have not been getting my orbital sander or my rotary tool out. Once the sanding is done, it was time for some paint, and I had to do a good few coats because obviously we had a black base. But I am now ready to show you what our balloon looks like. So I ended up turning it into a little fridge magnet because, you know, it was that really cute itty bitty size, and I thought it would be a fun way to sort of have it hanging around somewhere in the house, and I think I'm really pleased with that decision of making it a fridge magnet. One thing I really love is that it still has those folds and stretch marks that you see in an actual helium balloon. I'm glad we managed to capture that. Of course, there are some little imperfections on the surface, and I feel like if you didn't want those, you could go over a thin coat of resin before painting it, but I'm just gonna kind of embrace it the way it is. I attached the string back on, and at this point I think I'm really happy with the way it turned out. So we started with my birthday balloon, but we ended up with this little guy, which seems very on brand, to be honest, because on my channel things rarely go as per plan. But I think it's cute. I think the idea was there. I'm not sure about the execution. I think it looks like a balloon. Like, let me know in the comments. I think it does, or is it just me because I knew what I was trying to make? And also tell me if we should attempt another full-size version, maybe with silicone like normal people this time. So I hope you've enjoyed this one, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye. If you've enjoyed this video, YouTube thinks you will like these two, so go check them out.